Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are continuing the main story. As we're getting started, we're going to open up today with our changes to White Mage for Dawn Trail. Only changes up to level 50 for White Mage is we now have a new action, Ethereal Shift, which is a 15 Yalm forward dash. We now have a gap closer. It comes in at level 40, I believe. Just a new ability. I think they're trying to make most jobs have gap closers just for like consistency, so people can get around to two enemies faster when they need to get in close, or alternatively when they need to get away quickly if there's an attack coming. It's nice. I really like that they're doing that. It's going to be very handy. Scholar has their own gap closer technically, but it's not till level 90. Most jobs have a gap closer of some kind. I think Monk might have added one as well, but we'll get to that eventually. Anyways, that's really all the changes for White Mage, so let's get started with the main story. Hello, Alphino. An influential Ishgardian wishes to meet the Warrior of Light, and Alphino would like nothing more than to oblige him. Oh, hell yes. We're finally meeting him. I'm pretty sure he's being introduced with his permanent voice actor because we got a lot of new. We are going to get a lot of new voice actors when we get to Heavensward to replace the Realm Reborn actors. I'm pretty sure new characters introduced now are going to be introduced with their Heavensward actors. And right away, if you like similar games to me, you might recognize this guy's voice actor. I'm excited. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Satora, an audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Emmerich wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kurthus. Mayhap you feel this would be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that the more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. No, I agree to an extent, Alphino. It seems like the realm is fairly calm in terms of like primal summoning, so I am more than happy to help establish stronger bonds, especially if we can start to establish a bond with Ishgard, maybe pull them into the alliance a little bit more. That could be very helpful for all of us for when Garlemald resumes their attempts to invade us. Hopefully they don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador, by all means I think it is a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. That reminds me, there has been another update to terminology in-game. Well, the term Beast Tribe is going to keep being used in the main story dialogue for a good while, because in-universe, it was coined by Ul'dah merchants as specifically as a racist term. So unfortunately, it is a lot of presence in Eorzea at the time, because Eorzea is fucking rife with racism, which sucks so much. The story does eventually address this, thank goodness. I know there's a lot of complaints that why should stories have to deal with fantasy racism in the first place? Why can't we have stories that get away from fantasy racism? And I agree, but that's the story that this game is telling. Is very much about people dealing with these issues that we also see in the real world. But terminology updates. As of Dawn Trail, the term has changed again in terms of like the UI. In terms of the, let's see, historically back to patch 6.1, they changed it from quote beast tribes to just tribes in terms of like the quests, the daily quests that you can get from them. From Dawn Trail onwards, they are referred to as Allied Society, which changing away from tribe is probably, though definitely a good change. Allied Society quests is a little bit clunky, I think. They could have probably found a better name, especially with how easy it is to make jokes about we live in a society. But, it is an improvement. It's just, it's the choice they went with is a little bit clunky. They probably could have found something better. Oh well, doesn't matter. Anyways, just relevant terminology update I just wanted to bring up. If Alphino believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Sounds good. Antecedent, I take it Satora has explained the situation? She has, yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalathia Spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silvertear Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Carteneau, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. I've explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us out of the goodness of their hearts. We have something that they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Zatora. Our old friend Lord Harshaphant is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Alright, before we go off, I do want to go ahead and show what I mean by the change in names. No, not the Duty Finder. Let's see. Complete. Where is it? I guess it's not listed here in this particular menu, which is kind of funny. But I guess you'll just have to believe me. No, wait, hang on. I know a place where we might be able to. Here we go. Yeah, it's no longer tribe relations here. It's societal relations. When you accept a quest, they're called Allied Society quests. Again, like, the change is good. It's just the term they went with is clunky. But at this point, if they change it again, they'll have changed it 3 times in 2 expansions, and that would be a little bit... It's fine. It's fine. I'm just whining about literally nothing. It is better. Though, fun little joke they were able to make with the new name, improving society somewhat. I am very smart. I love that comic. It's a very good comic. I'm so glad they referenced it. Oh, the localizers just love their meme humor. Okay, before we head off, let's check in on everyone because it looks like people have moved around again. We'll check in with everyone, then we'll head up to Camp Dragonhead to meet with Harshaphant. The key to successful negotiations is discerning the other party's motives, and the key to that is a comprehensive understanding of circumstances past and present. Well, thankfully, we somewhat know Ishgard's circumstances. They're very reclusive, but we do know they've been in a very long holy war for the last 1,000 years. We'll probably get more into detail on that in due time, but that's public knowledge in Eorzea. Ballads of bloody battles, valiant knights, heroic sacrifice. Trite fare, but who am I to question the preferences of Ishgardian noblewomen? Though actually no, we talked about it a little bit in our own Kurthus arc back in the base game of A Realm Reborn. They're in a 1,000-year holy war against the dragons of Dravania. If you're going to be such a stickler for details, why not write it yourself? I cannot send this to Gridania. The figures are all wrong. And for the love of the 12, you've misspelled the Elder Seedseer's name. Oh, Ida, that's pretty severe. Also, I did notice Alphino's outfit got updated with the graphical update. It's very good, I like it. I don't think it's fully up to date, but the textures are definitely much better. But if I were to become successful, the rewards would far exceed anything I could ever earn as a miner. The fortunes of a songstress rise and fall with the whims of the crowd. Earning the favor of a wealthy patron or two might ameliorate the risk, 'tis true, but such relationships carry risks of their own. Domans fighting alongside the Crystal Braves? I wager there will be no shortage of volunteers eager to exact vengeance on our common foe. Their expertise in covert operations would serve them well in the battle against the Empire, it is true, and yet I cannot help but shrink from this talk of more fighting. We honed our skills in the fight to protect our country. Though our land may be lost, our people abide. We must unite against the Empire, let them see that Doma is not so easily defeated. Alright, how are you two doing? Forgive me, but I cannot talk at the moment. I am in the midst of meditations to fortify my etheric flow. Lady Tataru asked me to accompany her on her latest mining expedition. As a guard, you understand. But the moment she sets eyes on that cobra, she ran back at full pelt. It was all I could do to keep up. Do I truly inspire so little confidence? Maybe Tataru's just that scared of combat. She has historically primarily been just a bookkeeper. Take out the word just. She has primarily been a bookkeeper, so fighting is not exactly in her skill set. Though it sounds like she's trying to branch out a little bit more. Good luck, Tataru. Okay, I think that's about it. There's no one else to talk to, so let's make our way up to Camp Dragonhead. Alright, Lord Harshaphant. I am here and ready for our meeting. Well, it was a very impressive jump, but maybe I shouldn't be messing around with the tables while we're about to have a very important meeting to try and get Ishgard back into the Alliance. Satora, ever a welcome sight. Our hearths have been soaked blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Good Master Alphino, an honor as always. Likewise, Lord Harshaphant. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense! Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Forton may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand. Sir Emmerich arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the Intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hearth sounds, I think it best we proceed to the Intercessory forthwith. Okay, sounds good. You coming, Alphino? I see no reason to keep Sir Emmerich waiting, do you? Let us proceed to the Intercessory. Alright, will do. And we will find the entrance to the Intercessory outside. It's just around the corner to the right. Speak with the guard station there when we are ready. Alright. Sounds good. You three? Okay, I won't question it, but it is very cold, so I'm just concerned if anything. Alright, let's go meet with Emmerich. Please let his voice actor be here in this patch and not be waiting for a later patch. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside and I shall summon the others. I really, really want you to hear his voice actor.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphinaud Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not. for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Isghard, my lord.
What? By the Fury? All our precautions were for naught?
Oh! Well, crap. Alright, I believe for this set we're going to be getting the Glombreus. Everything else we already have item level 110 equipment, so this will be the only upgrade we can get. But oh dear. So this just didn't go well, basically. This just did not go well. We were able to keep the status quo by agreeing to do work for Ishgard. Not great. Possibly could establish some good relations with Ishgard, but I don't like the idea that they might think they're walking all over us. But we need those supplies. Not good. And now the caravan's under attack. Okay, that is for Monk and Ninja, so let's go ahead and get that equipped real quick. I don't have any materia, right? Yeah, no, those don't take materia, so. Monk and Ninja both get the upgrade. And with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, the Intercession of Saints. It's time for us to go rescue our own supplies. I'll see everyone next time for that.